You.
Me.
Why?
Well, I just thought that Sprocket's shaving his beard and moustache, his beard off. So I thought it might start a
No.
trend.
I
Yeah,
might now.
he shaved it off last week, didn't it? We are live, by the way. Just so
I might
you know.
shave my head as well.
I might.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
and we were actually saying, I think it was on this stream, whether or not people actually realise that Chuggerwugger. I wonder how many people who watch the Mithras stream actually think you have ginger hair and don't actually realise it's a wig. Because nobody would
Too
actually
many.
say anything, wouldn't
Oh
they?
yeah, it's a wig.
Yeah.
No, he just grows it each week
Yeah.
and shaves it off on the Tuesday evening,
it's
Tuesday morning.
absolutely
I thought
bugger,
he was wearing a-
honestly.
Shower cap.
It's a
isn't
what
it?
side?
A swimming cap.
What do you say, Chugs?
I said it's a bugger.
Okay, and on that note, I will welcome you all to the stream. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to this week's episode of Shadowrun. And it's quite an exciting one this week because we left the party in a very interesting situation. They are wounded and battered and in a very tricky situation. And I, for one, I'm very interested how they're actually going to get out of this. And
Me too.
Me three.
I've actually written several plotline endings, including several that just ends up saying death, and that's it.
Spoilers!
And
Spoilers!
it just all like goes, death, death, and it's whether or not they have the mental acuity, the dexterous, nimble fingers, and the total persuadability to actually come out the other side in one piece.
I've got Pilot Groundcraft 1.
We might
Me too.
actually be wiping them up off some Plastitech road somewhere. But we will wait and see. But before we go any further, let them introduce themselves and who they will be playing. Off you go, guys. Fight over who wants to go first.
Hello. I'm Chuggerwugger. And I am going to be playing Vase, who's the bald, heavily tattooed decker or hacker. Have to call them hackers now because of the technomancers that are about. So he's in charge of all the electronic warfare, electronic countermeasures, computer searching, matrix combat, information gathering.
And athletics.
He has athletics. He currently has no edge left after spending it all earlier on in the adventure, and a single bullet in his gun,
Cool.
which I am going to wait until the best opportunity to fire.
Excellent. We'll look forward to that. Maybe the only opportunity to fire. You could do one of those trick shots and actually take out one person with one bullet.
Oh, it'd be like that film with Angelina Jolie in. What was that called?
Tomb Raider.
Wanted.
No, Wanted.
Oh, right, sorry.
Bend the bullet around corners.
Yeah.
I don't think
And she
that's going
takes
to
them all
happen.
out.
Can I just say, I don't
bends
think
it,
that's
yeah.
going to happen.
Yeah,
I think,
because she flicks it like that.
I think you're probably having visions of grandeur here.
I could do
Anyway,
that.
let's
Yeah,
move
yeah.
out. Let's move on before Chuggerwugger thinks he can save the world. Who's up next?
Hi guys, I'm Longshanks EPG. Tonight I am playing the character called Hector, who is an elf adept. He kind of like sees himself as like a cowboy type person. He's also a private investigator, and he does a lot of the chatting of the group, just like Big B is right now. And he can also handle himself in a fight with guns and stuff.
Excellent. And finally,
And finally,
And, Big
is
BC is
actually
muted.
muted and nobody can hear him. But that's all right.
that was
All
actually
right.
the best introduction.
Best
ever, right?
introduction.
Yeah.
I'm done. I am Big BC and I'm playing Billy Bob. He's the tank of the group. He's the big, ugly orc that was in the British Army for 15 years. He got kicked out because he got injured and they didn't want to pay him medical discharge.
Yeah.
Typical.
Yeah.
Typical
Army.
British Army.
Yeah,
Excellent.
typical. It doesn't change.
So before I give an overall synopsis of what's happening in this adventure that the three runners are participating in, let me run for you the introduction, which is Shadowrun. And we are back. And we're back. Right.
Back.
Let me just
Welcome
get
back.
this sorted. Right. Let me make sure I've turned you on, because normally I forget to turn your voice on, and I wonder why you're very quiet. And then it's really funny watching the YouTube video back, because I go, yes, and then I give a long piece of explanation, and I just go, yeah, cool, and then that's it. So, and
That's probably because we're not actually saying anything anyway.
yeah,
No.
yeah, that's
'Cause we don't
totally
know
quiet.
what to do.
Yeah,
Nobody's
excellent.
actually there.
So let me give you a brief synopsis of what's actually happened so far. The plot so far. So the party, the runners went off to meet the Mr. Johnson about a run. And while they got there, they actually got attacked by some cultists and a big dog. They dealt with that. They followed the cultists back. And then they went off to a warehouse, where Mr. Johnson told them to kill all the cultists, which some people did and some people didn't. Some of them were left alive. But while they were in the warehouse, they actually found... Who's clicking? All I can hear is clicking.
It's not me. My hands are here. It's not me.
While they were in the warehouse, they discovered a lady who produced out of a skin flap a security card. And then the security card led them to a cryogenics pod. And inside the pod was the girl's, or the lady's brother, called Rupert. And Rupert was unconscious, and they took the so-called cargo to Ida, the street doc, who discovered that he had a tracker on him. And then the party panicked, and Ida had to do some emergency surgery there and then. And then they escaped down a hidden trapdoor into the sewer, taking the tracker with them, and then they got attacked by cyber dogs, which was a really interesting combat. There were bits of dog all over the place. They then proceeded down and came across something that I'm not sure that the party has actually figured out yet. A strange girl, a young girl in a sort of like a white death shroud. And they sort of like saw her, and she actually some strange things happened while they were around, when she was around. Anyway, after that, they managed to escape the sewer, and Mr. Johnson directed them to a safe house. And while they went to the safe, they decided not to go to the safe house. They split the party up. Hector headed back for, I think it was about a 3-hour journey back to their residence, where he was followed by this strange girl in a white gown again, right the way up to the accommodation. And
there goes another apartment.
Billy Bob and
Depending what it is,
FaZe stayed in the apartment, and some law enforcers came round, and Billy Bob and FaZe had to deal with them because they decided that they were rather aggressive and unlike law enforcers at all. So after that, FaZe and Billy Bob headed to the safe house, and I think, guys, that's where we left it. Was that right?
Makes sense. Yeah.
It was.
Yeah. So I'm going to just move you across. So this was the so-called safe house, yeah?
Yes, I do believe
Can you
so.
see that?
Yeah.
So, and Rupert is the guy up here who is now in one of the bedrooms, who is unconscious still, and has been for quite a while. The reason he's unconscious is that when he came round, strange things started to happen with the electronics. And Mr. Johnson actually was aware that the party weren't actually at the safe house. Do you remember that, guys? He actually said, why haven't you come to the safe house? And then that was when you decided to head over there. And so Billy Bob and FaZe are in the safe house with Rupert, and Hector, I think, has got stuff from the apartment and is heading back from the apartment to the safe house. Is that correct?
Sounds about right.
Correct.
Yeah, excellent. Okay then.
Did Hector get the stuff from the safe house?
Hector has the stuff from the safe house. He's got all the guns and the ammo that we have stashed there.
From the apartment.
Yeah, from the apartment.
Yeah.
And I'm on my way back to the safe house.
Which I think, is that like that's a long trip, isn't it?
That's another 3-hour drive.
No, I think it was that in total.
Yeah, I think it's that in total. I think it's like, that's where your place is. I think it's like 1.5 hours back and an expensive taxi. Yeah, it's about 1.5 hours drive back. So, Billy Bob and FaZe, we're down to you. What would you like to do?
Okay, so we've got Rupert up in one of the top rooms at the moment, unconscious on the bed. One of the ones that there's no windows.
Correct. That is
leaving out of.
He is up here at the present moment in time. You could probably see him on the map.
Is there any electronic devices in the apartment? Does it look like there's any cameras or anything that Johnson might have been able to see whether or not we were actually?
Okay, so how are you?
Well, at the moment I'm downstairs, so I want to check to see whether or not there's any hidden devices in operation downstairs that might be broadcasting.
Okay, then cool. Yeah, go for it.
So anything like a camera or anything like that.
Billy Bob, what would you like to do?
Billy Bob's gonna tell FaZe to do whatever he's gonna do upstairs. So he's gonna be like, stay upstairs.
Yeah. Just to let you know, Billy Bob, this furniture here is actually movable. All the furniture, you can't move it, but it is movable if needed. For successes, FaZe, it's quite obvious. There's actually a camera in each of the 4 corners of the lower floor. They're actually wireless and they're broadcasting out. Not a problem. I think this is a dustbin, by the way. It's either that or a giant ladybird that somehow got into the bottom corner.
It's probably.
Or it's a chair. No, it's a chair. It's a chair because I can see the back of it. Yeah.
Okay. So at the moment, from what I can see, we've got 2 doors in, down on the main.
So you've got the front door that is up a set of steps.
Yeah.
And then at the back, you've got a back door here. You've got a door here that seems to go down into some kind of cellar downstairs. Underneath the safe house.
Okay. Vase is going to say to Billy Bob, check out the cellar. Just make sure that there's nothing down there. And then, are there any cabinets or anything like that we can search? I mean, I'm looking to see whether or not there's normally a safe house will have a supply of things, if you see what I mean. Maybe a spare, ammo, firearm, anything like that.
Yeah. Well, the first thing that you notice is that the kitchen is stocked up with food. So there is various items that are like coffee and synth bars, etc. And Billy Bob goes down into the cellar, and you notice, Billy Bob, that there's 2 things down there that you find really useful. The first thing down there, locked away in some kind of steel box, and the key is nearby, hung up. It's not meant to be hidden. It's meant to be easily accessible. There's a metal case that is holding ammunition rounds, and there's roughly 2 clips of any ammunition that is needed. It's just sort of like normal ammunition, but it will fit the variety of weapons. So there's sort of like speed loaders with single cartridges, single bullets in, and then there's a variety of clips. So you can probably search round within there and find ammunition for your weapons. There are no specialized ammunition, so there's no stick and shock rounds or gel rounds or anything like that, or high explosive. It's just like normal everyday ammunition, and there's probably about 2 clips of anything that you actually need. The other thing that you notice is that there, apart from the food, there is a number of medical supplies.
Are these downstairs or are these upstairs?
These are downstairs. Medical supplies in this cupboard here.
Right.
Okay.
Not in the basement, but just in the downstairs area. Right.
Yeah, in the cupboard. There's some medical supplies for obviously some kind of medic kit, and there's also 3 slap patches, 3 trauma patches, and 3 slap patches for stun. You sort of like look on them, and you notice that they're rating 3 on them.
Right. Okay, I'm going to take the trauma patches. And,
cool.
What have I got? I've got 1 stim patch. I'm going to take
stim patches. That's what I meant. The slap patches. Yeah.
I'm going to take the stim patches and the trauma patches.
Cool.
And then I'm going to say
any other. Sorry, go on.
I'm going to say I'm going to ask Billy Bob. I'm going to say, what have you got downstairs?
Billy Bob's going to inform him of what's down there.
Yes.
And the question I want to ask is, can I fit any other ammo in the Beretta?
There's 2 clips for your Beretta. So
not shot rounds.
No, just normal ammunition, normal shoot and kill ammunition. The sort of ammunition that you fire at somebody and it kills them. That's sort of that's
standard
like
ammunition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. It's nothing like high explosive, but there's probably 2 clips, standard clips for most of the different types. But there's nothing like darts. It looks like it's the sort of thing that if you were here, you're not planning on shocking people. You're planning on fighting your way out. You do notice, FaZe and Billy Bob. Billy Bob, there's no other exits from the cellar. And if you imagine it, it goes down, and it's roughly the size of the kitchen underneath. So the steps go down and turn slightly, and then it's roughly the size of the kitchen underneath. But there's no access or exits from that cellar at all. You do notice as you're going around that the two doors, the doors at the front and the door at the back, they have locks on them, but they also have heavy-duty bolts at the top and bottom. So it looks like you can bolt it, and they would be quite sturdy. You just make a perception roll, Phase. Yeah, they look like they're probably steel reinforced as well. So they could probably take quite a big hitting. It's almost as if you were here, this almost like would be a last stand. You know, you would fight your way. You would try to stop people coming into this place rather than, trying to escape from this place. You also notice that all the windows have metal shutters that can be shut from the inside.
Were the upstairs ones open, or were they closed, the metal shutters?
All the windows are actually open at the present moment in time.
Okay, so Face is going to.
Are you bringing any ammo up, Billy Bob?
Well, that's what I'm. Face is going to ask Billy Bob to bring up two clips for a holdout pistol, and also 2 clips for machine pistols.
Yeah.
And then Face is going to starting at the front. He's going to shutter the downstairs windows, and then head upstairs and shutter the other windows.
Yeah. So just to let you know, can you see these black things here?
Mm-hmm.
Those are like pillars that are supporting the upper floors. So
right.
you go up these stairs, and when you get to here, hang on, I'm just pinging, you will automatically appear here.
Right. Okay.
So it's all like goes up that way. So it's almost like there's no sort of like so if I'm going to ping on the top floor now, if you were here, you would jump over the banister and arrive here.
Okay.
Yeah. So this desk is a bit like your computer, big. So are you under the stairs? Yeah. So that's sort of like up against the stairs there.
Okay. So once Phase has shuttered the downstairs, he's going to go upstairs and start shuttering the upstairs. What he does want to do, he wants to use his RFID tag with the camera, and he wants to put it in this corner here.
Do you want to mark it on? Where you want to put it? You should be able to mark it on.
And try to get the angle so that it's covering this way and like that.
Okay, then, yeah. I mean, that's quite a
broad angle.
Yeah, it's quite a wide angle, but you.
Okay, well, I need to monitor at least the doorway.
Okay, then. Which doorway? Sorry, you're talking about
the one where we have Rupert in.
So this one
here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you
cool.
get rid of the?
Yeah, by all means.
Bits and bobs.
All the internal doors actually lock via bolts. Old-fashioned bolts. So you would.
Okay, so I'm gonna lock.
You can't.
I'm gonna lock this one with a bolt.
You can't. No, but that's what I'm saying. They lock from a bolt inside.
Right. Okay.
As if imagine that you were being attacked, and you ran upstairs and you went into that room. You would shut the door and bolt it.
Right.
To stop people going in. It's not sort of like some kind of prison or anything like that.
And then once I've done that, I'm going to go down to Billy Bob, and I'm going to get the magazines, the clips and I'm going to load up the. I'm going to reload my Streetline Special pistol. I'm going to stick the spare clip for that in one of my pockets, and I'm going to stick the 2 clips for the machine pistols in my in my bag.
Cool. Update your character sheet accordingly. Billy Bob, how many clip are you taking? 2 clips for your Beretta,
Yes, sir.
and are you reloading it? Because I think
I'm going to be
because I think have you fired 15 bullets out of it at the moment?
No, I've only fired 5.
All right. Okay then. So you've got 16 left in that. So it's whether or not you want to reload a full clip or not.
That's going to waste them. Isn't it?
No, because you just put the spare clip like FaZe has somewhere else. And so you would fire a full clip, another full clip, and then you would just remember that your final 3rd clip is actually only 16 bullets.
I'll take the clip out of there, and I'll put the 21 rounds of
Standard one in, yeah. Okay, and Billy Bob, where are you taking? You're stood by a cabinet at the moment. Is that?
Yeah, I was waiting for FaZe to finish. Billy Bob's gonna go and check these doors, make sure they're bolted.
Okay, yeah. So the external doors and window. Well, the windows are done via FaZe, but yeah, you can bolt the doors shut, and then that is quite secure. So this is all taken about 45 minutes to get everything. Just to let you know, FaZe. FaZe, have you taken the medical supplies?
No, I just took the stim. Was we out of medical supplies?
I don't know.
We were. I think we had one. No, did we have one?
No, because I bought them. I bought them last adventure. We're all right for medical supplies. We got 3. Or did I? I'll take them anyway. I'll take the medical supplies and fill up the med kit.
Okay, and did you say you have taken the stim and the trauma?
I've got the stim and the trauma.
Okay, cool. Okay, so
just out of interest, these cameras, can I tell whether or not they're transmitting audio as well as visual?
Roll a hacking plus intuition. Ooh, drat. No, definitely just visual.
Okay.
Hence why you probably think Mr. Johnson knew that you weren't at the house.
Yeah, but I didn't know whether or not anything that we were going to...
Just to let you know, FaZe, the upstairs ones... there's one here, one there next to yours, and one there. There's none in the bedroom, because otherwise, obviously, that would be a breach of privacy.
Is there any way that I can get into these feeds?
You would have to hack into them. You would have
each
to get
individual one.
Yeah,
before...
because they're individual cameras, so you would have to get a mark on them to control action them.
Right. Okay.
Okay, so
yeah, I'm not going to do that for the time being.
So
did you say what this was? I can't remember if you said what that was.
It looks like a cupboard.
It's just like a cupboard, yeah. So just so you know, this is just like some kind of store cupboard. This is the upstairs bathroom and toilet. This is a double room. This is a walk-in wardrobe. This is kitchen. That's the fridge. Just there. Cabinets, table and chairs. Well, everything else should be self-explanatory. This, by the way, this thing here has a TRID video in.
Okay.
If you want to watch telly or anything like that. Okay, so Hector is still travelling back via the taxi, and it gets to about, you've been in this safe house for about, let me just check. Yeah, for about an hour. So Hector's about half an hour out, so like driving back. when
Hector doesn't want to get a taxi straight to the safe house. He's going to stop like a street away and then walk the rest.
cool, it's not a problem. But your comlinks come to life because Mr. Johnson is calling in to you.
Okay. Hector will pick up.
He's sort of like the first thing he sort of like says is, "I see you made yourself very much at home, Faze and Billy Bob."
Yeah, lovely patch you got here. Could have done with some guns.
Ah, sorry, there's no guns there. Billy Bob, did you find the ammunition? I will take that as a yes, or maybe a no. Gentlemen, we have a serious situation on our hands. Well, should I say you have a very serious situation on your hands? Obviously, currently you are in one of my safe houses, although quite naturally I will deny any responsibility that it is my safe house. You are carrying what appears to be a very desirable piece of cargo. Are you aware of what you are carrying?
We have our suspicions of what it is, yes.
Oh, Hector. And where are you?
I've just done an ammo run and picking up the rest of our go bags ready to go to the safe house. I'm almost there now.
Right. So you are not at the safe house at the present moment in time?
That's it. Your summary is correct.
Interesting. Interesting. Is there just two of you guarding the cargo?
Well, no, there's more like 2.5 if you take into account Billy Bob.
Faze, your humour, even in times of great peril, still amuses me. Are you aware of what you have there?
As I said, we have our suspicions of exactly what the cargo is. Yes.
Being what?
He's a. It is a sinless individual with, shall we say, special abilities.
And those special abilities being what, may I ask?
May I ask what you think they are before I tell you? Because we know what they are. But do you know what they are?
Unfortunately, that is not how things work. It would appear that you are not aware of the cargo that you are carrying, which is somewhat beneficial to you due to the people who are currently after the cargo.
Yes, we seem to have bumped into some certain individuals who seemed very keen on getting him back.
Cargo itself, there are currently several amounts of, shall we say, money out available for you to trade for the cargo. Are you willing to trade?
Interesting. Hector will quickly sub-vocal to the others to get their consent or not to trade during the conversation.
Faye says no.
Billy Bob says yes.
We will have a look at your offers and let you know.
I suggest you get back to me when you have decided whether or not you are prepared to trade. The interesting parties are quite, shall we say, desperate. If you are not prepared to trade, then I will tell them so. However, I will be not responsible for the actions they take. And I quite happily say to you, I have plenty of safe houses. And losing one will not damage the budget. call's been disconnected.
What a twat.
Hector will not contact them until he's just outside the door, because he's very aware that he's had half a conversation in the back of a cab and he doesn't really want to say much more than he has.
Cool.
And he will send a message to them through AR to that effect as well.
Okay.
So, FaZe and Billy Bob, is there anything else you wish to do before Hector actually arrives back?
We've got everything locked down here. All the windows are locked down.
Correct.
FaZe is going to say to Billy Bob, can you get something in front of that back door, maybe just to barricade it off a bit? Maybe get something in front of the front window, just to make that a bit harder for them to get in.
So Billy Bob's going to go and grab the furniture that you said was movable.
Yeah. So this fridge, I'll probably go in front of the back door. So
I was just thinking that.
So you can draw that on, Billy Bob. Just draw it on next to the door. Windows are slightly harder because they're not actually at ground level. The only thing you could probably do is take the sofa or the chair, the table, and sort of like tilt it up. But I mean, it would probably stop some kind of gunfire, but it's not going to. If there was an explosion, it would just take it out. Oh, that's a really little. What's the too little? Are you doing like footprints, Big?
That's the handle.
All right.
Maybe turn this table over as well. Get it somewhere, sort of like.
Yeah, he was
stick
going
it
to
here at an angle so that you can maybe get a bit of barricade to fire behind. And I'm going to see whether or not I can drag this table up here to maybe block off this, or even drag this across.
Cool.
So move that way so that it's sort of like here, just to make it a bit harder if anything was to smash through those.
This is the front. Oh, God damn it.
Yeah, hang on. Sorry, I'm just inking out. I'm just inking out this fridge.
Sorry.
Which I'm not going to be able to. Never mind. Okay. Right. So what's that? That's moved. Is that sofa?
I've moved this sofa here.
Okay. So let me just draw. If I just draw an arrow like that, then I know.
Yeah.
And where's what's going up against the window?
I'm going to move this table.
Okay. Got you.
I'm going to put this on an angle, so like that here.
Okay. Yeah. Cool.
This table,
Yeah.
I'm going to put across the back window here. So like that.
That's probably quite easy to do because you can rest it on the sink.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then I'm going to move. I can't type. One of these chairs.
Yeah.
I'm going to put one at the side of the door. Well, at first I'm going to put one in front of the door, and then move the sofa. I'm going to lean that up against the chair and the.
Okay,
door.
so this is the door here. So you want it in front of the door?
Oh, that's the door, right?
Yeah, that's the window.
We need one way to get in and out if we need to get.
So do you want to put it in front of the window then?
Stick it in front of the window.
I'll
Don't block off the doorway.
I'll do that then.
And the sofa as well. So we know that the sofa is all there. Cool.
FaZe is then going to go round and start to dismantle these internal cameras. I either want to turn them off or I want to destroy them.
Yeah, I mean they're standard cameras, so you're quite used to these in normal everyday, computer hacking, etc. So you can quite easily turn them off, and that would not be a problem at all. Do you want to turn them all off?
I want to turn them all off. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, apart from mine.
Yeah, got you. So hang on, I'm just going to.
There's none. There was none outside, was there?
Not that.
Well, no, I didn't look. So.
Well, no, nothing that came up on your
Right. Okay.
matrix
Yeah.
perception. Okay,
Yeah,
so
I'm just turning them all off because I don't want anybody, any outside interference or.
The other two chairs, can I chuck blocking the stairs here just in case there's some sort of end?
yeah.
I'm
Do you want them
miss-
sort of like your side of the door?
I'd have one this side of the door and then one on the other side.
Like that. Okay, so
Yeah.
so that's that chair moved. So you need to remember this, because remember, these are not, if there's a cross on anything, that is no longer there for cover, because they've been.
Where's this big table gone here?
That big table that's gone across. I did have it on an angle, but knowing that, I thought
it was
the
here.
window door.
That
So
big
no-
table's here. That's the big
Yeah.
table.
Right. Okay.
And then this table here is
Is-
at the back here.
What's the drop from the second floor windows? Is it?
Oh, you can probably drop it. You might sort of like sprain an ankle or something like that, but it's not. It's just like jumping from a second story window.
Okay.
If you threw out one of the mattresses from the divan beds, then you'll be fine. Notice that these are divan beds. Look, they've got another one underneath that you can pull out. To make sort of like a foursome
Trundle bed.
Yeah, so you
Is
got
it a trundle?
So you get a foursome bed over here.
Cool.
It would come round.
Right. So once that's done,
Yeah.
hopefully we should have
Okay.
Hector and his missus back.
Hector is walking back now,
Hector is
carrying a
essentially
holdall.
carrying a holdall and a rucksack. Hector is going to send them a message saying, just outside, 30 seconds away.
Are you alone?
Hector's going to check to see if he's alone.
No. Oh yeah, perception check. Go for it.
Hector gets 3.
Yeah. Were you stealthing? No.
I didn't say I was stealthing, no.
No. No, you can't see anybody or anything following you at all. I wonder why yours. Hang on, let me just make you slightly bigger. There you go.
That's better. Hector is going to send them. He's not even going to ring the doorbell. He's just going to send a message saying, "Coming up the stairs now, front door. No one around."
Billy Bob's going to open it quickly.
Yeah.
Hector's going to dive in as quick as he can.
And he's going to slam it shut and bolt it.
Cool. Yeah.
Hector's going to make his way over.
Trapped. Why did you delay?
Hector's going to make his way over to what's he assumes is the coffee table that's still standing. He's going to dump the stuff on the thing, and he's going to kit himself up properly. So he's going to take one taser off and then replace it with one of his 6 shooters, and then he's going to put the other 6 shooters sort of like at the top of his belt at the back, so at the lower back type thing. And he's also going to go ammo, looking at Billy Bob. I've got ammo. Do you want ammo?
Oh.
Beige is going to go down and get his lined coat and put that on. But before he puts that on, he's going to get his quick draw holster out, his shoulder holster, put that on, and get his Ares Crusader machine pistol and put that in. Take the 2 clips of that's already loaded up with a clip.
Cool.
And then once that's up, he's going to head back up, keep an eye out the top of the stairs.
Billy Bob's gonna get his put on his armored jacket and helmet.
Cool.
What else has he got? He should have his day sack on him.
His day sack.
Yeah.
What's his day sack?
His meat. He's got like spare ammo and I can't remember what else he had in it. Let me just check.
Like deodorant.
Yeah.
All those handy wet wipes.
Really handy. Hector's also going to put his lethal ammo designated amount, so his 36 ammo in various pockets and things in his line coat and on his belt and stuff.
Cool.
He's going to make sure that his taser that he's put in he's going to put one taser back into his go bag. He's going to make sure that is loaded and it's got the rest of the taser ammo, but he's not bothering with the rest. So he's only got 8 taser shots on him.
Okay, cool.
Because he's thinking, time to kill.
Right, what are you going to do? Beige is going to come back down.
This hasn't been moved anywhere, has it?
No.
He's Billy Bob's going to chuck that up against the door.
Sorry, wait, what was that? Sorry, the coffee table. Yeah, got you.
We need to get. Hold on.
We need to decide what we're going to do. Are we going to sell him? Are we going to keep him and try and talk to him? Because either way, we're going to have lots of angry people coming and knocking at our door if we're not careful. We're either going to have the companies who clearly want him for whatever reason he is being wanted for, knocking on our door rather violently, or if we try and sell him, we're probably going to be double-crossed because they think we probably know too much. So what do you want to do, FaZe and Billy Bob?
Get rid.
I'm not selling a person. We're not that type of people, are we?
No, but it's my life or our lives. Has he come round yet? What's he doing?
The thing is, we don't know anything about him. We know nothing about him at all.
Can we find out what's he doing at the moment? Is he in a state
the only
to talk?
person that might have had some more information about it might have been old Pinkleton. He obviously knows more than he's making out to know. I checked the Matrix. There was no information about the cargo on the Matrix, and yet he knew.
True.
All right, brother, sister, sinless. You know what's going on there? I don't think you can have a sin and a sinless person. Unless, of course, his identity's been erased. And then before he would appear sinless. And what's Yang Industries got to do with it all?
It's true.
And if it's Yang Industries, it means that the mayor's connected to it.
Yeah. But if he's been doing squiffy stuff with technology, so maybe he can hide his own sin. Maybe, because every time he comes conscious or gets or anxious, technology suddenly stops working around him. Remember what happened at the hospital?
So maybe they're going to use him as a weapon.
Could be.
But no, they can't be using him as a weapon because otherwise, where's Jasmine coming into all this? It was Jasmine, wasn't it?
Yeah, Jasmine Crowther. Faze, can I just move you down slightly, just to there? It's just so you fit on the map better.
Oh, God.
Is he awake? Can we have a chat? Can we talk to him and find out what's going on?
I don't even know how to wake him up. Well, we might be able to do it with a stim patch for a short period of time, but
that's all we need.
I think he's been put into an induced coma or something, even for travelling.
Could be. How long does the stim patch?
Something's telling me that Jasmine.
Why does it say? Why does it say 0 on your green Faze?
It means I've got no edge left.
Oh, right, got you.
I keep my edge there.
All right. So got you.
So it did have 4 in it.
Yeah, got you. Sorry.
Okay, so we find Jasmine in a warehouse with the information to get Rupert out. Rupert's obviously been there for a long time because Jasmine was actually captured by these cultists.
Yeah.
Which means that the people who are after Rupert did not know where he was. And it means that Jasmine had a plan to help Rupert.
Yeah.
Surely it has to mean that. She had everything hidden in a secret compartment. And she had the code.
So unless she's working for whoever was transporting him and she was part of his meet and greet for being over here.
She was working for them.
She could have been. It's another option. She could have been working for whoever transported him and she was part of his collection party. But got captured before she could make the meet.
I don't know. We're not going to sell him. We offload him.
Why
we offload
religious
him to somebody
capture?
who's. Hey?
Why religious, not capture?
No idea. We need a plan.
We do. So are we going to offload him to John's True Troll then?
You're kidding, right? Offloading him to Two Troll means us checking out and getting the money. Two Troll's not on our side on this.
Okay, so not Two Troll. Who can we offload him to then?
Well, at the moment we don't know anything. I'm gonna see whether or not I can find out any more information on this Jasmine. I'm gonna go and check the Matrix and see whether or not I can find out on something on Network 7. See what she was, who she was actually working for before she was captured. They normally have that type of stuff on the Trid, so I'm going to check that. You work out a plan, and Faze is going to go back up.
Where are you going, Si?
I'm going to go up to the. I'm just going to go up to the top, and I'm going to sit at the top of the stairs, and I'm going to check. I'm going to check the Matrix, see whether or not I can find out anything about all these missing people. Looking in particular for Jasmine Crowther's name, and see whether or not it says where she was last seen. You know. Okay, maybe even see, because sometimes it'll say who they worked for, you know, or something like that. So I'm just going to see whether or not I can find out any more information on that. To try to start putting some information together on it.
So do your extended matrix search.
Right, extended test, number of dice.
Now this doesn't work, so you need to let me know. Are you just going until you found out some information?
Yeah, and so well, until I run out of dice.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so I'm doing a matrix
Search.
yeah. Okay, so number of dice is 8. Minimum number of dice, 1, 2. Number of successes, wait, does it matter? I'm going to put 15. When did I critical glitch?
Probably on the
Oh,
list.
well, 7.
Yeah,
Oh, because it doesn't work. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So I got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12
Yeah, okay then.
successes before.
Yeah, done it. So, Billy Bob and Hector, is there anything you want to be doing while FaZe is doing his matrix search?
Billy Bob's gonna go around, well, stay around this table with his pistol out, ready to react if anything bad's gonna happen.
Okay, cool.
Hector's going to move the what's left of the go bags to just by the stairs there, where that purple cross is on the table.
Yep.
And then he's going to go and he's going to keep an eye on the back of. He's going to stand there and keep an eye on the back, whilst deep in thought at the same time. So whilst he's looking, he's thinking about what to do.
Okay. So your Hector's actually deep in thought and Billy Bob, you're there for about 2.5 hours. And as Matrix FaZe, you scour the network, including Network 7 and everything like that. And you do come up with some information. Jasmine Crowther actually entered the country, i.e. the UK, quite legally. You can find her actually landing and entering the country via passport control. That's absolutely CTV cameras show her entering the country. She hires a room, rents a room. You can see that on social media. She rents a room just for one, just for her. And then she, the last contact on social media, this is all from social media that you find it. You see her, she comments online about going out for the night. This was probably one night from when you found her, one night before you found her. Okay, that she was going out, and then since then there's been no message from her. Various friends have posted on social media feeds about, are you okay? I haven't seen you for a long time, but there's been no reply from her. But her social network is still active. It hasn't been shut down.
Okay, did it say anything on her social media why she was coming across to the UK? Did it say, sort of like going on holiday?
Yeah, it just said that she was going on holiday and visiting the UK for a trip.
Okay, and on her friends list, does it mention anything about a brother, a Rupert?
No, not at all.
Going through her friends list, can I match up a picture at all of the person that's in the?
There's no cross matches,
Right.
at all.
So it's not his sister.
I'm thinking whether or not brother was actually mentioned at all. I don't know. Right, once I've got that information, I'm going to go down and I'm going to share it with the other two. And I'm going to say, right, what's the plan?
I think we've either got to have a chat with this guy to see if he can come round after his ordeal, see if he's in a fit state to find out information. We've got to find out information from someone, and then try and either help him or dump him somewhere or sell him. They're the options we have. We don't like the sound of selling. So we either dump him somewhere and pretend it's never happened, or we have a chat to him. That's what I see it.
Well, like in a river.
Billy Bob's
Basil.
going to turn around and say, "What if he threat?"
What is it? What?
Remember, he does
What
have
if it's-
English. I think, what is your English skill, Billy Bob? Is it 4? English
It's-
language? Is it,
No,
it's on the 4.
English
What is it, Si?
4.
4, yeah. So he's not, his English isn't very good at all. I think he said something about a threat.
Yeah, if he's a threat, to us, we either get rid of him, or we get rid of him in a different way.
Baze is going to hand Hector two of the stim patches, and say to him, "Don't use them both at once, but see what information you can get."
Okay. Hector will take the stim patches, put one in the pocket, and then one he's going to keep on his keep in his hand, and he's going to walk up to the room upstairs with Rupert. He's going to have a look at Rupert, and then he's going to unceremoniously slap it on the side of his cheek and see what happens.
Okay. And these are rating 3, aren't they? Yeah. So you slap it on the side of his cheek. He sort of like flinches somewhat, and it takes the stim patch. So the adrenaline sort of like flows into him. But it's really interesting. He doesn't even twitch. He twitched slightly from the slap, but that was it. He doesn't seem to be coming round at all.
Hector, in that case, is going to go back downstairs and go, put one on him, didn't even touch it.
You have to use the other one. I just meant don't use them both at once, as in don't put them both on at once and activate them both at the same time.
God, should have said. Right, Hector's going to go back, and this time he's going to put another one on, but not on the guy's face, because he's already got one on his face. So, like on his arm or something.
He's got this sort of like chameleon suit on, remember? So you'll have to sort of like roll up the chameleon suit a bit, or cut it, or he's probably got a gash where you try to withdraw the tracker, so you can go there, or you can cut the chameleon suit and sort of like get it on his arm. Either would be fine.
We've got a spare set of Phase's clothes from the apartment, which we can dress him in anyway.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, Hector will actually change him, and then after he's changed him, he's going to put him in. He's going to put a slap stim patch on his forearm once he's in Phase's spare clothes.
Yeah, so you sort of like undress him and sort of like dress him in the spare clothes and whack it on, and yet again, nothing. He doesn't even he flinches a bit when you slap it on, but the adrenaline doesn't seem to bring him round at all. However, something does happen while you're up there, and Billy Bob and Phase, you notice that a ghostly form appears downstairs. And you notice that a friend of yours, Jacob, the mage, seems to be astrally projecting into the room, and he shimmers and comes into existence, sort of like right in the middle of the room, and he sort of like says, "Gentlemen, you certainly got a bit of problem here, haven't you?"
Well, the plan was to contact you.
Well,
we need to.
It would seem that you're a little bit late in that.
Yeah. Well, what can I say?
hearing voices coming from downstairs, Hector, and having futilely tried to arouse Rupert, Hector's going to come downstairs.
But as I say, Hector will fill you in.
So yeah, we our Johnson hired us to for one job, and it ended up being ambushed. And he told us to kill the ambushers. We tracked some of them down, and in the process of that, we found a woman near death who gave us this data chip.
I don't think they need all that information. We've got someone we need to offload.
Dear gentlemen, Rupert, Jacob says, do you really know what you've got up there?
It's a bloke that, when he gets annoyed or anxious, makes technology go squiffy, essentially, and is sinless.
Not a clue.
I'm getting the feeling that you have no idea what you actually have up there. Would that be right? Sorry, Billy Bob.
Pain in ass.
Yeah, I can probably see it is for you at the moment. Because it's going to be a pain in the ass for quite a few months now. Now that you've been attached to it. Would you like me would you like me to explain what you've actually got?
Please do.
Some type of cyborg.
You're very close, FaZe. You've actually got a magic-wielding technomancer upstairs. A very powerful technomancer. A very, very powerful technomancer. And what's more to the point, you have an untrained technomancer. An untrained, powerful technomancer. Which can only mean one thing. You've got a load of danger up there. A whole load of danger. I'm not too sure why you've got it.
We, as I was saying, we picked him up in a completely different run. It just happened to be a lead that we found and followed, and we found him in a freezer tube thing. And we not being able to lift that, we defrosted him.
I know you guys.
In the situation's innocence.
I know you guys consider yourself, well, good, but I don't think you're good to take on Yang Industries yet. It's their cargo. They've actually shipped this guy in from Seattle over here. It is their cargo that they were going to use for research and design purposes, R&D. You've got their cargo. You've got one of the biggest corporations in Southside and Lower London upstairs. And you've got them. And rumour is you stole it from Yang Industries.
So yeah, we're right up to the eyeballs in it then, really.
I would say that you're not up to the eyeballs. I would say you're about 8 feet under, guys.
Look, we've got two choices. We can either offload him to Pinkleton or Johnson, which we're not going to do. We're not going to sell him. We're not that type of people. Well, I didn't think we were that type of people, but you know, you can always get.
I hear on the Matrix that the asking price for the guy upstairs, the cargo, is currently at £1.5 million credits. Interestingly enough, that's not from Yang Industries. That's from some bigger corporations that actually want to buy him now. You have kicked up a whole big hornet's nest, guys. A massive hornet's nest. There's corporations fighting over corporations for this guy. And you're here, locked in a little house with, as you can see from me standing here, no magic protection at all. By the way, do you know you have a spirit following you?
Yeah, she's been to our apartment as well.
Yeah, she's been following us ever since the sewers.
Yeah, I had to, shall I say, dispose of her. She was hovering
out. That's very good of you.
She was hovering outside the safe house.
So chances are whoever spirit it was is going to know that we're in here.
Well, Phase, for a non-mage, you have the right sort of thinking. You should consider doing it one day.
Look, we need a way out of this. We're not selling this guy. We need to get him to somebody who's going to take care of him and not use him as a weapon.
Well, I might have a solution there for you. I don't think it's safe for this guy to stay in Southside. He's too much of a power. Whoever has him is going to have the power. It's going to tip the balance. It's going to be unbelievable. The only thing we can do is get rid of him. And when I say that, he looks at you, Billy Bob. I don't mean kill him. I mean evacuate him. Maybe we can get him to safety.
That sounds good. Where would we need to go for that? Or who do we need to drop him off with?
There is a slight problem. It would mean that you guys are left, shall we say, lacking in the credit department.
No, I'm not being funny, Jacob, but we've always been lacking in the credit department.
And having a potential favour with a powerful Tachomancer could be quite useful in the future as well.
Oh no. There'll be no contact with the Technomancer. No contact at all. We're going to transport the cargo back to United States. So much so, apparently, interestingly enough, we found out that he actually has an aunt who lives in the wilderness, way out in the outback, away from every technical item, apart from a couple of light bulbs and a rusty stove and a kettle. You should be safe out there.
Not even Technomancers are that good.
He should be safe if we can get him there. If we can get him out there.
Just tell us when and where.
Well, it just so happens I have a friend who has a boat. You might know him.
Might we? Who's that?
You've had dealings with him before. Your friend Badger. He has a boat. Has a rigger.
Oh yeah, Badger. Badger.
He can probably get him out there. The only trouble is, you are going to have to get him to the dock and get him onto the boat. It's the only
Is
thing
Badger
left.
ready now?
He's actually bringing the submersible up soon. You can set off in 5 minutes. He does actually pause for a while, as if he
was communicating with.
Yeah, or somebody was communicating with him.
Billy Bob, go and get Rupert.
He sounds like a bear.
He stomps upstairs. Ingo is he's grudgingly picking him up and throwing him over his shoulder.
Can you move Rupert, guys? Did I give you permission to move him?
Yes.
Yeah. Cool.
Yes.
Okay. Hex is going to grab the day bags as well and carry those.
So, Billy Bob, you'll have Rupert. Hector, you'll have the day bags.
Yeah. So it's a large rucksack and a holdall that he's carrying in his left hand.
Right. So you'll only have one hand free, and
Yes.
Billy Bob, you'll only have one hand free as well.
I'll take a small item of furniture just so that I don't feel left out. What have we got left in the day bags?
It's bits of ammo and my taser, and then whatever else is. I don't know what other people have in their day bags.
I've got mine. I'm leaving my bag. I've got my jacket on, and I've put my ammo on my persons. Whereabouts is the car parked?
Oh, now I tell you where that is.
That's not here.
That's not here at all. If I'm right in thinking that you left that at Pier 51.
The van we left at Pier 51. The car we left at outside Ida's or street away
Oh
from
yes,
Ida's.
so it's nowhere near.
Oh, joy.
River Drive.
Jacob sort of like shimmers and disappears, and you suddenly notice on your comlinks, on your map system, he sends a location to you that is about it's about a 10-minute walk from your location, I think. Let me just check. Hang on, I'll just put you on the map, and then I'll bring you back. So you are actually it's a bit longer. I think this bottom green one's yours, isn't it?
Of what?
Is that's the safe house?
That's the safe house there.
Yeah. So you actually have to get from there right way up to. Can you see where near deliver to you?
Mm-hmm.
So
Right.
it's about 25 kilometers that you need to get him. So via the taxi, it's going to take about 20 minutes.
Okay.
Badger can probably provide you with some kind of ground transport to get you there, because being quite an experienced rigger, he can probably do both and combine.
Yeah,
them.
that's probably best.
Yeah.
Okay.
FaZe is going to say to Hector, better get in touch with Pinkleton.
Yeah. Whilst we're waiting for Badger's vehicle, Hector will have a phone call with, or put a phone line down to Pinkleton. aka
Gentlemen, you have come to your decision.
We have, yes. It's a no. We're not selling him.
Oh, you have decided to keep him.
Yeah.
Very interesting. Very interesting indeed. So, you wish to keep the cargo and continue to work alongside me.
We will. We will keep the cargo and as you say, work alongside you.
I suggest, gentlemen, that you take an extremely long holiday. Extremely long. For keeping the cargo is probably not the best decision that you have made. There are several interested people, who are now be willing to track you down. And, shall we say, they will all not be quite caring about how they retrieve the cargo.
We're not keeping the cargo, but we're not going to give him to you to sell.
The comlink's been disconnected.
Great. Right. Okay, so we're going to wait for Badger
Cool. Yeah, and
to provide transport.
right, I'm just moving you all together. The only reason I'm moving you all together is so I can take you to.
We can't see you moving us all together.
No,
because
we're on
we
the
have
map screen.
up.
Yeah, cool. Because I'm just doing some damage to you all while I'm there. The other thing that I'm just doing is that I'm just taking off your nameplates.
We won't know who's who, though.
You will,
No, it'd be confusing.
because they're all for people who are watching the stream. It's all by your characters in any case. So, right. So let me pick you up. Let me put you. Right, you've got that. You've got the holder. Right. Okay, then I'm going to put you on to. I just need to check something. I'm going to put you onto the map. Okay, are you up?
Oh,
Ooh, very nice.
lighting effect.
Right. Okay. So you seem to be in some kind of dock area. You can tell that the river, the Thames, is directly south of your area. These are exactly what they look like.
Cars.
Yeah, more vans. However, they're very dilapidated. They're very sort of like, you notice that some of them not got tyres on. They're very corroded. They're very rusty. And they're very sort of like broken down. They're not new at all. It looks like this area generally has been left for a huge amount of time. You can see here, sort of like at this side, these are buildings. Okay, and they've all been boarded up. So wherever the light is blocked, that's a building. It's all been boarded up. Okay, so there are doors, etc. Roundabout. If you wish to get into the building, okay, then, or you want to know where the doors are or the windows are, there's two sets, just so you know. There's small windows, there's single doors, or there's big like garage roll-up doors that are probably electronic or used to be electronic. And if you wish to know anything like that as you pass, if you ask me, I'll tell you what you can see and where they are. Okay, they are boarded up. Okay, so you can't just go up and smash it. You would have to cause some significant damage to actually get into them. There are various items roundabout. I don't know. Can you see these?
Yeah.
Yeah, sort of like crates.
Yeah, so those are like dumpsters. But you will see, as you move around, you will see cranes, and you will see like other trucks, and they're all the same. It's as if this area of Southside has been left and been abandoned for some time. All the warehouses, all the buildings look like they're not 2 stories, but they look like they're very high. So you figure they might have one species like holding huge amounts of boxes, etc., and maybe it's got cranes inside to move things around and obviously load into these vans. Just to give you some idea about the bits you can see at the moment, here against the wind, there's a window there, a boarded up window there, and that is a huge doorway.
Shutter.
Yeah,
Door.
this
Garage door.
this is a window boarded up, and this is another corrugated opening. There's a window. Here there's a window.
Does it look like these vehicles are sort of like, are the windows smashed them as well?
Yeah,
Does it look like
yeah,
the bomb's
exactly.
been popped, things have been taken out.
Yeah,
of
it
them?
looks like this has been deserted long ago. There's probably no petrol or diesel in the trucks anymore. Like you say, the windows have been smashed, the wing mirrors have been taken off. You notice that somebody's been using various parts of the trucks as target practice for things. It's generally a run-down area, and you probably think it's a very good area to actually make the exchange, because obviously there's no one around.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, guys, we are going to take a quick 5-minute break there, just before the next part of the adventure. So by all means, go and have a break, visit the bathroom, etc. if you need to. And I just need... I can never... Say again, sorry?
Sort the kids out.
Yeah.
Sort the kids out.
Is 5 minutes all right, Big? Or
5 minutes? Doesn't take me
Yeah.
that long to pee.
yeah, I was talking to Big.
All right.
I didn't know whether or not 5 minutes was long enough to sort the kids out. Why is that not sure? There you go. Okay, so 5 minutes and then we'll be back. Oh, Chuggerwugger's gone already. Okay.